Pati pati pa, pati pati pam pam, pati pati pa, pati pati
Namaskar.
pati pati pa,
I'm Beta Lisboa, the founder of Dynamic Spiral and in Fascial Yoga School.
pati pati pa, pati pati pam pam, pati pati pa, pati pati pam pam.
Welcome to our second tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the first one about the feet. Now, in this today's one, we're going to focus on the release of the psoas muscle and the diaphragm, the connection they have with our spine. So for this class, you need a pair of tennis balls, a mat, a block, a blanket, a quiet space, and an open heart to receive this practice. I hope you enjoy it. This first exercise today is the base of the foundation to understand the connection in between the two diaphragms, the thoracic diaphragm and the pelvic diaphragm. So we're going to use the 3 parts yoga breath to access the pelvis, to access the space around the rib cage and chest. And I'll lead you into the breath pattern. So please avoid breathing as you dry, no sound, as more natural as you can. It's going to be your breath. It's low, long, and natural without any sound. So please close your eyes now and connect to your breathing. As you inhale, slowly all the way to your pelvic floor, to the perineal muscle. So inhale, happy Buddha belly. Bring your hands to your belly. As you inhale, expand the belly out like a happy Buddha. And you feel you push the perineal out, you push the pelvic floor towards the ground. And exhale, slowly bring the belly in. So inhale again very slowly and deep. Keep the eyes closed so the connection here is to your center. And exhale, almost no sound. Relax the organs, relax your pelvic floor, relax your belly. So one more time, only focusing on the belly. Inhale, push the perineal down, expand the pelvic floor, expand the belly, and exhale, relax everything. Buddha was happy because he had a free, happy belly. So now let's try to come up to the rib cage. Bring the hands around the rib cage, in each rib, and inhale into the belly and up to the rib cage. Exhale, relax the shoulders and neck. It's very important to keep the shoulders and neck very soft. We don't use the neck muscles and the shoulder muscles to breathe right now. We breathe very slowly and soft. So again, you can keep this breath pattern. First inhale into the belly, into the rib cage and the chest. So now you include the chest as well in the exercise. So inhale into the belly, rib cage and chest. And now we're gonna learn how to exhale. Exhale from the chest, rib cage empty and belly empty. So when we inhale, we fill it up from down upwards to the chest. And as you exhale, empty the chest, the rib cage and the belly. So the inhalation is upward, the exhalation is downward. Let's keep trying for a few more seconds this breath pattern. Inhale, belly, rib cage and chest. Exhale, empty the chest, the rib cage and the belly. As I'm talking, keep breathing in this pattern. Make sure the breath is very slow, deep and natural. There is no sound of victorious breath. Keep breathing there, and if you feel any resistance to breathe all the way down to your pelvic floor, don't worry, it will happen. Slowly the resistance will drop. So that this breath sometimes is very hard to access because we most breathe shallow into the chest. So our breath is very short and shallow, only in the chest. So we isolate the diaphragm and almost there is no movement from the diaphragm. It's very important now to feel the opening of the diaphragm and the closure. So the diaphragm is like a parachute. Opens and closes. Opens and closes. Okay? So this breathing you can try in a daily basis if you're having any difficulties. And then I'm going to show you the next exercise. So this one we're going to start with psoas release. So the psoas is a very deep muscle that crosses the front of our body to the back. And on the spine, what is interesting is the psoas attaches on the same space in the spine where the diaphragm muscle attaches. So around where the thoracic spine meets the lumbar spine. So that's why if I have tension, if I carry tension on my psoas muscle, I will carry tension on my diaphragm. If my diaphragm is very tight, it may compromise my walking. So for this next exercise, you need a pair of tennis balls again and the block. So about the block, it's only if you're not feeling enough sensations with the balls, and then I encourage you to use the blocks. Otherwise, just keep the balls if sensation is already enough or intense, okay? So I'll show you the position of the ball. The first position, it's around the crest of the iliac bone. So here you have the belly button, so your navel, and you slide your fingers down and you're gonna find here the crest of the iliac bone. So that one you can feel, yeah? So this bone has a shape, more or less this shape here. And you're going to place the ball on your groins, on the soft part of your hip. So the ball will touch the bone, but it will be on the soft part. Yeah, it's very important to place the ball on the right spot. First, you can use the balls on the top of the block and lying down on the top of the block with your hips. So you move back and forth on the top of the block, on the top of the ball, until you feel it's possible just to relax here, to exhale and completely relax your body. If with the block, for this exercise, if the block is too intense, take the block off and use only the balls. So you're gonna lie down on the top of the balls, and the balls are supported by the mat. So what if it's still intense with the mat only? We always use a blanket underneath the balls, which makes everything softer. So keep your eyes closed, and as you breathe in and out through your body, notice if the body is completely relaxed. If you're holding tension in any other part of your body, so release the tension there. You can't release the pelvis creating tension on your shoulder, for example. So completely relax the shoulders, relax the chest, relax your rectum, relax the perineal muscle. So everything should be relaxed right now. And keep breathing soft and naturally until you're going to prepare your body to move out of the pose. So to move out, to just push your body up, take the balls off, take the block off if the block is still there, and just lie down, resting here for a moment. You may feel a wave of release, a wave of energy moving from your hips up to your head or down to your feet. So that wave of energy is the release in the fascia. It's any blockages and tensions that we carry on the fascial system that is releasing now. It may tingling, heat, cold, just observe it. And slowly push yourself up to sit. So now the next exercise is about releasing the diaphragm area. So all the fascial attachment from the diaphragm to the rib cage and to the lungs. It gets very sticky and stuck as our breath is shallow and short, yeah? And all the tensions around the solar plexus area. So it causes this belt of tension, which is really a belt that is wrapping all our solar plexus area. So the rib cage, the thoracic spine, and the front of our abdomen. So basically this exercise is you use 2 balls, okay? It's all you need. And you're gonna have the balls together and tuck the balls underneath the rib cage like that as you're lying down. So make sure that you bring the balls to touch the bones, but in the soft part of the belly, yeah, like this. Be very aware of the texture of the ball, because for many people, for many of us, it can be quite intense. If the balls are too hard, it may feel too much and damage the tissues around the rib cage. Yeah, I'll demonstrate now how to do that. So you're lying down, bring the balls together, lying down the top of the balls, and at first just bring your elbows to the ground, the forearms to the ground, to allow first the tissues to open up. As the tissues open up, you feel that you can go a little bit deeper. So going a little bit deeper means you just let your arms to fall a little bit more down, and if you need, bring one hand, a fist, make a fist, bringing one hand on top of the other and rest your forehead. So as you rest in your forehead, keep breathing. So the breath should be slow and natural, and be aware for not to create any other tensions in any other part of your body. If it's too intense, again, you can use the blanket underneath the balls or even on the top of the balls. So you start opening up this tension, the solar plexus tension that is related to ourselves, to our self-esteem, determination, our driving, the fire that digests life, the fire that ignites life. So it's a lot of to do with the self-esteem issues, with self-confidence issues. So you're going to prepare yourself now to come out of the pose very slowly, Bring the elbows, the forearms again to the ground. Push your chest up and take the balls off. And stay here for a moment just resting. You feel some heat, some wave of energy may move throughout your body right now as a release. Maybe some emotion, letting tears to come. Whatever you feel in this moment, give space for that. Accept it and let it go. So loving it. It's very important to stay in neutrality, watching whatever is arising. And when you're ready, push yourself up, slowly, in a very slow transition to sit. So keep the eyes closed as you sit. You can notice the energy moving throughout your spine, throughout your body. So it's very important. It's very subtle awareness here. A lot is going on inside. So have a moment to listen to what is going on, what the body is telling you in this moment. The body is telling a lot. Okay. And open your eyes to prepare yourself for the next exercise. It's going to be the next and last one. Yes, now we release the back lines of the body. So the back line of the hip and the back line that connects the thoracic spine. Yeah. So we're going to use the tennis balls around the sacroiliac joint, around the hip area, to release all these tensions that is caused by the weakness or tightness of the psoas muscle and the diaphragm on the back of the body. Yeah, on the first exercises, we worked on the front line of the body. So now we work on the back line, and combining it, we have a full release of the belt. I'll demonstrate to you how to place the balls at first, but we're going to start around the sacrum and slide the balls up to the lower back until the thoracic point where the diaphragm and psoas insert on the spine. So we bend the knees here and lift the hips, place the two balls underneath the sacrum. So one each side of the triangle, the sacroiliac joint. And you start to move very slowly as you close your eyes and go inside. Go inside and make different movements with the pelvis, like circling the pelvis on the top of the balls. And you feel the balls start sliding to the side of the gluteus. So move to the left and to the right, and use your breath here. For each tightness you find, use your exhalation to dissolve it. Yes, just releasing those tensions that is holding the hips in a frozen state. So at the end, with so much tension and pain, the hip area becomes very frozen. We cannot move. And all the lower back pain and sacroiliac pain start to appear. So start moving the body down, rolling the balls as the balls coming up more towards the lower back. This exercise is so good that you feel like to stay here the whole day. So I'm gonna do with you about 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, and you can try by yourself later. So when we're watching TV when you're doing not much at home, you just can release your back like this here. So bring the balls around the lower back now, and the same. Move the balls up and down, along the spine, along the kidney area, and notice the tension. So bring the ball all the way up to the first thoracic spine, to the first thoracic vertebrae, where the floating rib starts. So in this point here, it's where the tension of the psoas muscle and the diaphragm muscle attaches and create a lot of tension in this area. So when you have the ball in this point that probably you also feeling, so just drop the hips down, and if you're not feeling much, see how is that when you bend your knees towards your belly and wrap your arms around your knees. So you normally create some pressure on the top of the ball, and that helps to release. Close the eyes and breathe here. A lot of release may happen. A lot of emotional release happens in this moment. It is a very powerful area of our bodies. It's the solar plexus chakra and Swadhisthana. So Manipura and Swadhisthana here. And drop the feet to the earth again, to the ground. So you lift the back, take the balls off the back. Rest the knees towards each other and feel the sacrum flat on the ground. Feel your lower back flat on the ground. Notice if your breathing is better right now. If you have more expansion in your breath, more freedom in the breath, more equanimity in your mind, more sense of presence in your body. And I invite you to let the hip to move a little bit, just to release any remaining tension that you may be feeling right now. Just feel movements from the hip and listen. What are the secrets that the hips are holding, are keeping all this time? Ask your hips, what do you want to tell me that I don't know? And bring the soles of the feet together and slowly slide the feet. Come to a relaxation pose. Shavasana. Just to finish your practice here. Let it go of everything and feel the ground underneath your body. Feel the ground holding your body, so you can fully relax and let it go. Yeah, inhale, push the legs towards the belly. Turn over to the side, keep the eyes closed. Push yourself up to the seat position as your eyes still closed. Take deep breath into your belly Keep the eyes closed and exhale back to this body. I hope today's practice bring you more sense of freedom, less pain and tension in your body, and more happiness and joy to connect. Namaste.